In government on Monday night, the middle school building committee met to discuss the final decisions on the building. Auditorium and cost projection options were discussed with the board. For cost projection, the board unanimously voted option 3A and for an auditorium with a maximum of 600 seats with larger stage for functionality. Finally, the board went over the approval of the minutes from the last meeting as well as the approval of invoices and approved both those items. Next meeting will be in the coming weeks. Also Monday night, the Cultural Council started off by discussing the survey review they talked about in their last meeting. They continued to edit and review the survey together. The council voted to approve the revisions that were made during the meeting. The next meeting will be on August 2nd. For the first time since March 3rd of 2020, the Board of Selectmen held their Tuesday meeting from their chambers at Town Hall. The board was appreciative of those who helped prepare them for their first home field meeting. The board briefly discussed the ongoing conversation surrounding some upcoming children's programming at the Morrow Memorial Library.
And the commentary, I agree, the commentary for the most part was very good. And you like to see these types of discussions. You don't want to become accusatory, such as you mentioned, because that works to divide, and it defeats the purpose of having the discussion or what we're trying to, or what the group is trying to accomplish. I remind everybody there were no tax dollars involved here other than the individual at the library that might have had to work, but this was paid for out of the Friends of the Library. Not that the message is different, it's just that it wasn't taxpayer dollars that actually funded this project.
That is to say that functions that are offered by the government are planned and presented by various bodies. Certain matters are overseen by different bodies, whether elected, appointed, or hired. That is a jurisdictional matter. This one does belong with the Board of Trustees and perhaps the Friends and the Director of the Library, and that's where it should lie, whether we like the presentations themselves or not. Is that a fair thing to say? I don't think it's a cop-out to say that.
No, I think that's accurate. I would agree with you, Mr. Chairman.
The Board of Selectmen also discussed Norwood's recent popularity with production companies looking to use the Common as the quintessential small-town backdrop.
This one I have a little concern with also, that we don't just take it for granted without thinking about it. This seems to be the same people that filmed Ted, and when they filmed Ted, on the next street over, you couldn't move down that street with the size of the trucks and trailers that they bring to support it. And they seem to indicate quite a need here too, because they talk about leasing space behind Town Hall and behind the theater. And again, I don't want to see that the timing of the filming and the way they explain managing it seems like it'd be not too intrusive on the public, but it might be in parking and trying to use the area.
The Board of Selectmen will meet again on Tuesday, June 22nd. Also on Tuesday night, the Library Board started off by approving the minutes from their May 4th meeting. The Board voted Sarah Begg for the chair of the next fiscal year. Next, the Board discussed their reports and then presented Kushi Shah the Library Scholarship.
Kushi's application was amazing. Her writing sample, her personal statement was incredible. She's an incredibly talented writer. The recommendation from one of her teachers was fantastic. He could not say enough about Kushi. In fact, it went on for like a couple pages because he had a lot to say. But yeah, Kushi is just like one of those incredible students who's like an all-round, like she's just such a well-rounded individual by the time she's like 17.
Simply put, Kushi's character, maturity, and integrity is unimpeachable and unique among students her age. Her respect among students, staff, and administration is unquestioned and second to none. You don't read a lot of letters of recommendation that are as stellar as Kushi's, and it was really a delight to know that she's spent so much time with us and enriched us so greatly with her presence. So I think we could not be more proud to be awarding the Sastavisca Scholarship this year to Kushi Shah.
Finally, the board finished off by conversing their agenda items and stated their next meeting will not be until the fall on September 14th. The Community Preservation Committee reorganized Wednesday night. Patricia Starr was elected chairperson. Joseph Sheehan was elected vice chair. Joe Grilly was elected treasurer. Exiting chair Peter McFarland said his goodbyes to the group.
I won't be far, but I will not be participating in the CPC, as a member now. So,
the town is grateful to you for your contributions to this group and to kind of moving the needle forward on all of these issues. You've done a remarkable job. and the town's better for it. So thank you so much for your participation here.
Let's start this stuff. Thank you, Sarah.
This summer, the group hopes to expand and draft a strategic plan. The board meets again in July. Later Wednesday night, the school committee kicked off their meeting with a big thank you to beloved staff who are retiring in a couple of weeks.
But Susan Berry has been with us since 1998. She is a Cleveland elementary teacher. She'll be retiring. Donna Castillo, who's been with us since 1997, and she's a Coakley World Language teacher. Catherine Sirica, she was with us from 1997 till just this past February, and we are definitely missing her. She was our HR confidential secretary in the central office. Julio Dave Schus, he's been with us since 2001. He is the senior custodian. Barbara Dupre, since 2005, and she's Coakley Middle School special education inclusion teacher. Nora Glenn, since 2001, high school PE and health teacher. Maria Gonzalez, since 2012, and she was our English language teacher at the high school, or still is for a few more days. Sorry, folks. Donna Gonrus, since 1997, high school food services. Sharon Hickley, she has also been with us since 1997, high school food services cook. Patricia McKenzie, since 2001, Coakley Middle School English teacher. Gail McGoyne has been with us since 2003, and she has been a paraprofessional at the Willett and the Little Mustangs Preschool Academy. Elaine Ulatowski, oh my gosh, sorry, since 1985, Savage Center Special Education Facilitator. Lisa Wilcox, she is a Coakley Middle School math teacher who's retiring, has been with us since 2009. And Jean Williams, who is also a paraprofessional at the Willett, and she has been with us since 2004. So we just wanted to take a moment. And with us in person, we have Susan Berry, Barbara Dupuy, Patricia McKenzie, and Lisa Wilcox. And we just want to thank everyone for their service to the children of Norwood and the Norwood Public Schools, and just let you know that you will be missed.
Later in the meeting, Alan Slater presented an update on the middle school building project. Superintendent Dave Thompson shares the latest on what students and parents can expect in the upcoming school year. The school committee meets again on June 23rd. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org.